You released a song every month. How did that idea come to you?
The idea behind releasing a song every month came to me because I had one song ready to go, which was Wouldn't Mean a Thing, which is the first track from the collection. And I've been searching for my sound for so long. You know, I'd written all these songs, but I recorded a lot of them a lot of times, and I never managed to find the right producer or whatever. And when I met Pharaoh, my friend, also known as Finn, like we made Wouldn't Mean a Thing. That was the first track we did together, and it was so brilliant. I loved it, and I just immediately thought, this is it. This is the sound I want. And I didn't want to wait another, whatever it takes. It takes so long to make an album, you know. There's so many things you have to do, and, you know, bits of paper you have to sign and all of that stuff. So I thought, I'm just going to put it out, and then I'm going to do a song every month. Originally I thought I'm going to do a song every month for the rest of my life, and everyone told me that was a stupid idea, so I compromised and did a song every month for a year. But it worked really well. It made me like work hard, and it actually just had a really beautiful momentum to it. You know, on the internet, people's attention spans don't last long. You know, after a month, it doesn't matter how good what you put out is. People are like, there's just stuff all the time, information overload. So I feel like putting a song out each month worked very well.
Is that then also where the idea for the album title came from?
A Song for Every Moon?
Yeah.
It was sort of a working title, really, because that's what it was. A moon, obviously a moon cycle is a month. It's the time it takes the moon to orbit around our planet. So we were calling it A Song for Every Moon whilst it was happening, and I just thought, I couldn't call this anything else now. So.
A song that sort of catched my eye was the last song on your record, On Our Own.
Mm-hmm.
I know the world is a beautiful place, but we're on our own. What sort of place were you in when you wrote this?
So that song is an interesting one because it was written after my grandmother died, and I was so confused. I saw her just after she died, and I held her hand and it was still warm. And I remember thinking, how could it be that the same person who was there an hour ago, all the same molecules, is now just a body? Because there was nothing left of my grandmother. There was nothing to be found of her. And as I suppose you could call me an agnostic when you're not sure what you believe in regards to God and religion and all that stuff. So her death really sparked a journey for me, reading a lot about religions and atheism and stuff, and I came to a conclusion that I wasn't religious, and that I believed that she hadn't gone to heaven, and I didn't believe that she had a soul. My views have changed slightly since then, but my mother, on the other hand, fell more into her Catholicism, and she became more religious because it helped her to think that, you know, one day she's going to see her mother again. And we had a conversation in the car. And I suppose that line, I know the world is a beautiful place, is because I feel that the world is a beautiful place, and we don't necessarily need... It angers me a little bit that people feel the need to know that they're going to heaven, to feel the need constantly that there is an end point to our journey, and that once we finish this boring, banal stage of existence, we will be in the kingdom of heaven forever and always. And I think it belittles how special and ephemeral this bit is.
Why does that make you angry, that people...
It doesn't make me angry, but I just think it's a shame. It's like... It's the same as you know, Alan Watts?
Mm-hmm.
So he has this little clip called The School of Life, and it's all about how people travel through life, and it's always about the destination. You know, you get your grades and your next grade and your next promotion, and all the time you're chasing this thing that's called success all the time, and then finally you get to whatever 50 and you're at the top of your tower and you're the CEO, and you think, oh, it was all an illusion. Like, there was no destination. I should have been enjoying the process. You know, life passes most people by whilst they're making grand plans for it. So I think that's it. I just think that it's important to live in the moment, and I think that sometimes certain religious thought processes can belittle that.
So you were brought up religious?
No.
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 It's just something that came to you when you were in that phase.
Yeah. I mean, I think about that stuff a lot.
Why do you think?
I don't know. It's just the most important thing, isn't it? Like, I think nobody knows what's going on really.
Do you feel like you figured it out for yourself then, or are you still?
Yeah, I feel like I have. I feel I've come to a secular conclusion, which is that we're all part of one giant consciousness, and we are all basically the same thing, same person, just little portals into one giant consciousness that people could call God. I call it the universe. It's the same thing.
Another song that catch my eye was Just the Same. Smash all the pictures with me in the frame, toy with my emotions as if it is a game.
Yeah.
Where did that line come from?
That line, I actually wrote that song in like 20 minutes. It was February, and the first 2 days of February I'd been in the studio. Because I go in at the start of each month and just try and come up with ideas. And the first 2 days, nothing had happened, and I was frustrated. I came home on the second at like midnight, and I was wearing a coat, and it was dark and cold. And then I sat down at the piano, and those chords, kind of gospel vibe. And at the time, I was in a relationship with somebody who lived in another country, and it was really frustrating because we were never seeing each other, and we really loved each other, but it was tough, and it almost felt like the love I had for this person had manifested itself in this really negative thing. I loved her, but I hated it. So that song was really about the darker side of what it is to love somebody.
Because I hear a lot of sort of love songs, but with what you described just now. Was it like writing? Did it help you process it all? What?
Oh, you mean, does writing help me process my emotions?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it really does. Sometimes I can explain myself better through song. On Our Own is a really good example. Sometimes you write a song and then you listen back to it and you think, oh, that's what I think. Because when you write the songs that I'm most proud of, there's not a lot of thinking involved. They just sort of happen kind of on a subconscious level. So sometimes that's the true way that you feel, and this is just like a defense mechanism. It's like, oh, I'm fine. I don't need to worry about that, but you do. It really hurts inside, and you don't know it until you kind of throw up this song.
So is it? Do you have to be in a certain place to write? Like, do you have to lock yourself in a room, or does it just?
No, it happens in the weirdest places. Sometimes I'm like walking down the street. I was in the gym the other day, and there's like, and like clanging of metal and men just going "Rrr!" and I just thought, I had this idea, and I ran to the front desk and grabbed a receipt and a pen and wrote down these lyrics. So yeah.
What was it about? What?
I'd been reading what's his name? W.B. Yeats, and there's a poem called the Circus Animal's Desertion. There's a line in it which is, players and painted stage took all my love, and not those things they are emblems of. It's all about how he fell in love so firmly with the art of theatre that he forgot to fall in love with the things that theatre represents, i.e. love itself. But I just remember thinking the word emblem was really cool, and I wanted to write a song around it, so I did.
Cool. So finally then, your record is out. What are your ambitions? What do you hope will happen?
Well, my ambitions? Well, the next year, this is like my last thing now. I've got 2 more dates here in Amsterdam with 7 Layers. Sorry, in Holland, what am I talking about? I'm ill, I'm really sorry. So 2 more dates here in the Netherlands, and then it's home for Christmas. I'm just going to take a break because I've been working since August 2016 without any real kind of let up. So I need a little break, and then we're going to tour, like for the whole of the next year. We're just touring, we're going all around the world, and I'm going to make another album.
Cool. So thank you very much for your time.
Oh, thank you very much.